What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. We are on some MX bikes again, and as you can see, I thought I'd be a little, well, almost like a little tribute to Mr. Tomac, since we both managed to wrap up the championship within the space of the same week. I just thought it'd be a really nice idea. He's had a bit of a, well, quite a dominant season really, which is not something that I expected at the very start of the year with how things went. You remember those first few rounds were, it was a little bit all over the place in the 450 class, but it was nice to see him get it done. I am a Tomac fan. I quite like his riding style and such. It's one of the things where in the 450 class, I really liked all of the top guys. I mean, I like Tomac, I like Anderson, I like Stewart as well. I really like Sexton. Just a shame that he's been having so many issues recently too. That crash at Denver was so funny, just getting stuck in the bows a little bit. And I was in Discord with the boys watching the race while it was live, and someone said, like, imagine being Tomac and pressuring Sexton into that mistake just to then take it easy for the rest of the race and drop back just to clinch the title. I thought it was so funny. The track we're on today, we are on Denver. Oh, sorry, just had a quick cut there. I had a bloody hair in my mouth. So, we are on Denver. This is one of the Ride the Track map tracks made by the MotoX Collective. And I've not done many of these throughout the year, but I thought, you know what, we may as well, if we're going through the whole Tomac route, we may as well ride the track that he clinched it on. Now, I'm quite excited to really do the last few rounds in the Supercross chip. I think we've got Foxborough, we've got Denver, and then we've got Salt Lake left. Virtually, of course, we've only got one round left, IRL. But I'm quite excited because I'm going to mix things up a bit. I'm going to try and see if I can ride the Alta in one or two of the races, see how that goes. I mean, I did try it. I tried using the Alta at the Atlanta round before the NA race, so just after winning the EU Championship, I hopped on the Alta before NA to see what sort of lap times I could do, really, and I was a good 3 seconds off, even on my best lap, so it's definitely going to be a struggle if I do anything like that, but there's not really there's no real risk, if you know what I mean. If the championship's already wrapped up, there's no harm in doing it, having a little bit of fun with it, and hopefully you guys that stop by on the stream every single week can have something a bit more entertaining to watch. I imagine it's probably been a little bit boring the last couple of weeks or so, where it's really been a case of getting the whole shot and just not looking back. Well, it's not even a case of like really dominating and winning by a minute or so, because a lot of the time the races have still been fairly close in terms of times. I don't know what it is this year or in these last few races. Maybe it's just a comfortability thing. Maybe it's just knowing there's not as much pressure. But there's something about the riding that I just feel like I've been so much more consistent, and I've been really happy with it. And I can't wait for that all to go out the window come Nationals, because I'm pretty hot garbage when it comes to Nationals compared to Supercross in this game. I don't know what it is. I was exactly the same on MX Simulator back in those days. My only championships on Sim were ever Supercross championships. There's something about how Supercross works with just the consistency and just being smooth around the corners and kind of timing rhythms well, compared to almost like the brute force of Nationals and going 100 miles an hour all the time. It's something that I do struggle with, and I'm just going to try and do a little bit more outdoors practice, I think, over the next coming weeks before it starts. That we've had no news yet on it. We don't know. I mean, I saw a couple of weeks ago Stone Rider made an announcement saying he wanted to do Nationals, but we've not heard anything more than that. So I don't know if we're going to be doing GP replicas. I don't know if we're going to be doing AMA replicas. I know that TFC's had the AMA replicas in the work for like the last 2 years now, and I have no idea when they're going to be done. So it's one of them things. I don't know who Stone's going to have helping him. I imagine it's going to be a hell of a lot harder if he's doing it by himself. A hell of a lot harder to get out a Nationals track every single week than it is to get a Supercross track out, because for the most part, I think the Supercross tracks, you've got those pre-made templates already with the size of the jumps and the berms and such, and it's just a case of kind of matching the track week on week and adding your own ruts on top of that. But for the most part, the base of it is all kind of done for you, if you know what I mean. Whereas Nationals tracks, with all the elevation changes and every track is like scaled differently and rides completely different from one another, I imagine it's probably very difficult to get one of those out a week. I can't imagine the stress that would take as well, but I'm very interested to see what happens. It's going to be a good season, I think. We've got so many fast guys at the moment. I was very excited at the start of the Supercross season with all the riders that we had, and it's just one of them things, you know, where if maybe in like the first 4 or 5 rounds people don't get the the results that they fully wanted, then they just kind of like dip out of the championship, and it just made the competition towards the back end of the series less and less. But it was quite nice when the Americans had spring break, for example. They was able to hop on and do the EU series. It made things a bit more competitive, and that is why. Well, hang on, getting tongue twisted. That is why, as well, is what I was trying to say. I do actually enjoy staying up sometimes and doing the NA races, because there does seem to be more competition in there. And I looked at the stats, like the stand-ins for the NA series today, and Blood Baron makes some really nice, like just nice graphics, you know, just pictures of the stand-ins and stuff, where it shows the wins and the point differences. And I didn't realise, but I've got the most wins in NA as well. But I'm in bloody 10th place, where I've done not many rounds at all. So that was a nice stat to see. That kind of built my confidence a bit, to show that it's not just a case of winning the easier championship. I still am competitive in the other one. And I don't know if I should be scared next season running the #1 plate. I feel like it adds so much pressure. I feel like I just want to, I don't know if to keep number 35 or go for #1. I've got such a sick setup that I need to do a video on, actually. Chicken made me a #1 gold-plated bike, and it's like gold as well. Oh, it's so sexy. I need to get that in a video at some point soon. By far the most favourite setup I've ever seen. I've not actually used it in game yet. I've just seen other people using it. I know Vox used it briefly for a part of my tribute video that he done, which I think's so sick. You know, I absolutely love that video. I think I watched it like 3-4 times now. It's just that the music fits really well. God knows how Vox gets his game to look so good. The graphics on it look absolutely insane as well. And I've got my stuff maxed out, and it doesn't look anywhere near as good as that. So definitely some wizardry with some shading options, I think, which I should probably look into again at some point. I don't run any shaders just for the sake of performance most of the time, but I mean, if I'm doing videos like this where I'm just by myself in testing, I should experiment with them a little bit more. I need to go and actually install all of the different shader options, because I think right now I've just got the base pack, so the option's quite limited. I don't think I'm getting this quad. That's the back brake. Oh, that was actually quite clean. Dad the brake again. Nice. I like these track map tracks mostly because you can hit some absolutely wild lines. The jumps are a little bit more peaky than they tend to be in the aerial championship. I know Stone Rider goes for more of the kind of realistic type of lines, so we can replicate really what the riders have done IRL, whereas with TFC and these tracks, it does make everything a little bit bigger, just overlays it on top of the track map, and it makes for a more fun style of racing rather than the competitive style. I've never done any of these tracks with other people. It's always just been by myself. I think the last one I've done was probably Glendale, I believe. It's been that long ago. Well, how long? When was Glendale? Glendale was round 5, I think, and we are on round. Well, this is round 16, but we're on round 14 on aerial at the moment. But yeah, it's actually a really good track, really enjoyable, and I doubt it does much in terms of helping you practice for the aerial release. I mean, whilst the track layout is kind of the same, they will have little differentiations, because these tracks get released prior to the IRL race. However, the aerial tracks get released afterwards, and for the most part they will replicate the IRL one. I mean, in real life, they changed the track up like just before the races and stuff, didn't they? In Atlanta, for example, they removed the massive triple IRL for like danger reasons. We left it in game because it was just a hell of a lot of fun to hit. That was solely the only reason for it, and I'm glad he did. It was a really fun part of the track, trying to hit it as fast and low as possible. And then that launch into the sand was absolutely ridiculous as well. Oh, I'm a bit slow here. Yep, not going to get that. I'm going to case. Oh, case again. Case again. Oh, my God. But, yeah, I just wanted to make a little video. I thought it'd make a nice concept, really. I don't even know what I'm going to title this. Maybe, like, being the champ whilst being the champ. Something just really big-headed that I know people are probably going to get upset by when it's not meant to come across that way, just for a little bit of fun. But yeah, I've been really enjoying my bikes at the moment, and every single round that I go into, I feel like I deserve to have a bad round because things have been going so well. Every single time I somehow manage to put a good start out my arse, and then I feel like I get in the zone. Even when sitting in Discord talking to people, I'm able just to kind of just rack off lap after lap after lap, and I'm not sure what it is, because it's not even a case of I don't put in the hundreds of hours a week that some people do. I think it's one of the things that on this game, once you've got that speed, as long as you're playing a little bit here or there, it never truly goes. And just like the 30 minutes or so a day that I spend making videos as well really contributes to that. It just keeps the muscle memory fresh. It's all going to go downhill very soon when I start putting more time into MX Simulator for that outdoor championship, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And I have a feeling, I don't want to be the negative person, I have a feeling that the outdoor season for me in MX bikes isn't going to go as well as the Supercross did. It's just a riding style thing. I really do struggle on some of the Nationals tracks. As soon as you put bumps in the way, that's it, I'm done. I need perfectly smooth tracks everywhere so I can just flat corner speed everything. Oh, we're jumping off track. Oh, bloody hell, I almost would have cased the 5 there if I stayed on track. That was wild. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please do drop a like. It's really, really appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, wherever you guys are up to. And until I catch you in the next video, peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain. Even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want. I got salt to speak for my